There's 104 days of summer vacation, and school comes along just to end it. So the annual problem for our generation is finding a good way to spend it. Like maybe building a rocket or fighting a mummy or climbing up the Eiffel Tower. Discovering something that doesn't exist or giving a monkey a shower. Surfing tidal waves, creating nanobots or locating Frankenstein's brain. It's over here! Finding a dodo bird, painting a continent, or driving our sister insane. Idiot! As you can see, there's a whole lot of stuff to do before school starts this fall. Come on, Barry! So stick with us, cause Phineas and Ferb are gonna do it all. So stick with us, cause Phineas and Ferb are gonna do it all.
Mom! Phineas and Ferb are making a title sequence.
Hello and welcome to episode 15 of the podcast organization without a cool acronym, brought to you by the Geekcaster Radio Network. I am one of your hosts, Steve Joe Mike. Joining me as usual is Speak On Crump Michael. Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going. Today is the 15th day of summer, and today we have another music episode, and then we have Phineas and Ferb meets The Simpsons.
Is that what that is?
McGregor's Gorge, Springfield Gorge. Come on now.
You know, what was that? I don't want to get into it right now, but I think there was an episode of Family Guy where it was like, okay, what can we possibly do that hasn't already been done by The Simpsons?
Mm-hmm.
And
that's every episode of Family Guy.
Yeah.
But no, it's the Simpsons movie when Homer tries to they go over the gorge and everything else, and they end up falling. That's essentially what I thought of when I was watching the Flying Fishmonger.
Yeah, I can't quote Simpsons episodes, but it wasn't. No, it was The Stick of Truth. South Park. It was South Park. Because Butters was Dr. Evil. And he was trying to think of an evil scheme, and he couldn't think of one because everything he could think of was something that had already been done by Bart Simpson. Yeah, yeah. That's funny. So, speaking of ready for the Betties.
Yes.
I noticed in the opening credits that Achille Theophilopoulos.
In other words, don't be the world's most annoying brothers for one afternoon. Okay.
Your brothers are annoying you, too? Hi, I'm Mandy, and me and my world's most annoying brothers are visiting our aunt next door for the weekend.
Oh, you're Mrs. Weaver's niece. You have annoying brothers?
Oh, my gosh. My brothers, Thaddeus and Thor, are constantly building the most annoying contraptions on Earth.
But she's in the credits for the first time, and she's fantastic. Fully fleshed out, empowered female characters. And this episode is just chock full of fully fleshed out, empowered female characters.
Yep, exactly. Except for Stacy, who comes off as a fembot half the time.
And Bacon the pig. Although Bacon could have been female, we don't know.
Bacon could have started spinning webs and walking on the ceiling. We'll be back after this.
Spider Pig does whatever a spider pig does. Can he swing from a web? No, he can't. He's a pig. Look out, he is a spider pig.
We are giving away free tickets to see everyone's favorite girl rockers, the Betties. All you have to do is be the 444 and 4/4 caller.
I love fractions.
And you and your best Betty buddy will get to ride with the band on the Betty bus to see the show. Call now.
Oh, it's busy. I've just gotta win. Clearly, I'm their biggest fan. See? Even my Betty boombox, which rests on my Betty bedside table next to my Betty bed, runs on Betty batteries. Obsession run! I know. Oh, it's ringing.
Congratulations. You're the winning caller.
Imagine a whole day of hanging with Crash and the band. And as an added bonus, a whole day of not thinking about my goofy brothers. Just me, you, and the Bettys. They're here.
Bye! Enjoy your music concert.
Be careful.
Have fun on your
I
journey.
can't believe we're about to board the Betty bus. I bet the bus driver's gonna be a spaced-out rocker.
Hello, girls. My name is Dennis, and I'm with the radio station. That is Sir Bacon, the band's mascot. According to our focus groups, girls your age overwhelmingly find that cool.
Totally! Whoa! This place is a total pigsty. We love it! Look, Stacy! It's them!
They're creating between shows. Here comes two chicks nobody knows.
We're your biggest fans! Yeah, we won a contest, and now we get to hang out with you all day!
All right, folks, ready for the Bettys. Candace and Stacy get to travel with their favorite band, only to find out that they're real snobs. Meanwhile, Phineas and Ferb become secret agents for a day after finding one of Perry's secret lair entrances. Now Perry has to protect the boys while trying to stop Doofenshmirtz. Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun. Okay.
Okay, so the Bettys.
Yeah.
They're essentially the Spice Girls, except there's only 3 of them instead of 5.
They have that British accent.
Yep.
This horrible British accent.
Yep. Oh, Olivia Olson did the Crash singing voice. Crash is one of the Bettys, but it's basically Vanessa as one of the Bettys' singing voices. That's awesome.
Oh, that is awesome.
Yep.
Right.
Shockwave is in this episode.
Really?
Shockwave and Spike Witwicky and good old Corey Burton.
Oh, okay.
He mostly does the announcer stuff.
Okay.
For the show. He pretty
Corey Burton is awesome.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. Let's see here. Who else?
Shatner was in this, and Sean Connery.
Yep.
Well, not really. Not in the same way Corey Burton was in it, but Phineas does impersonations now.
Yeah, that's true.
So that was slightly entertaining.
Yep.
Give me more power.
Yeah. What I love about this whole episode is Phineas and Ferb, because Phineas just assumes, because Ferb does all this stuff behind the scenes, apparently.
Yeah.
Phineas just assumes he does it all.
He set everything up. It's right.
And by the end, Ferb just gets so pissed, he's like, screw it.
Screw it. I'm done. Sure, I'm Agent F. I get it. Because Phineas just assumes that he's Agent P.
Yep.
P for Phineas.
Yep. I do have to say, I'm sorry. I know plenty of radio station DJs. None of them are ever like Dennis. That guy that's with the Bettys.
Yeah.
He says he's a DJ with the local radio station, and I'm like,
huh?
It's not even a stereotypical DJ, like just a regular. It's like, wow.
I kind of took Dennis to be like the stage manager type,
Yeah, but he says he's a DJ with the radio station.
Yeah.
Because the radio station was the one doing the contest.
Right. It doesn't make any sense that the radio station guy would be driving the bus.
No, I mean, it's why they have Google Drive. It's automatic.
That's right. That's right. It's just, we'll happily let you plummet into a ravine because you don't know how to turn off the autopilot.
I love the Phineas and Ferb Perry theme. Phineas and Ferb. I love the Perry theme adapted to them.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's like, seriously, when did you have time to do this? It's like, I telling you, he doesn't quite get a chance to get it all out.
Nope.
But it's funny.
That's why by the end he's like, "Oh, I give up." He walks away.
Screw this noise.
Can we talk about really quickly the we never really talked too much about Phineas and Ferb's neighborhood. I mean, they don't live in the ghetto, but at the same time, it's not Donald Trump's neck of the woods with mansions and all that stuff. But
somewhere in the burbs, right?
Yeah, but Isabella has a pool. Because they fall into her pool.
Why wouldn't she?
I don't know.
I have a pool. I live in the suburbs. Oh. I thought that's what people in the suburbs did. But, you have garages and pools because you live in the suburbs, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. I I like her reaction though.
Yeah. So, what you doing?
Yeah, seriously, what are
What
you
are you
doing?
doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She like enunciates every word like this.
Yeah.
Seriously, what are you doing?
Yeah.
It's funny. I know what we're gonna do today, said no one ever during this episode.
Nope.
It just kind of came together.
Yep.
And that was unfortunate. You know, I like the story beats. I like it when they say, "I know what we're gonna do today." I like it when they say, "Aren't you a little young?" Yes, yes, I am. You know, oh, it's nice to see young people taking an interest. It's like they do it every time. They to a fault, right? And when
Right.
they don't do it, it's so glaringly obvious. It's almost mean-spirited not to include these things.
Yeah.
I blame Leaky. Uh,
She didn't write the
Clearly, she
episode.
wrote it. She
Oh,
should have
she didn't.
included it in the storyboard. It would have gotten in there somehow.
Yeah.
Uh,
What do you like about this
you
one?
know what I don't like about this one? I don't like the Bettys. That whole A story. They were just evil. They were just mean-spirited, and they're like, "Welcome to music. Get out there and clean the bus."
Yeah, the Bettys suck.
They
Hence why
yeah.
my analogy to the Spice Girls.
Oh, well, okay, sure. Honestly, I never listened to the Spice Girls. I have not seen the Spice Girls movie. I don't know enough about them, aside from their basic archetypes. You know, you've got the cute one and the sporty one and what does posh mean? I don't know. It's a British thing. Posh. It's so posh. I'm not sure what that even means. It's like spanner. It's such a spanner. What the hell's a spanner? I know what a spanner is. I'm just saying.
I don't know. The one thing I kind of shook my head at for this one was like, clone giant hamsters. Really, Phineas? That's one of your summer adventures? Really? Clone giant hamsters?
What was funny is when he said become secret agents. I was like, oh no, Perry's got you covered.
Yeah.
I had no idea. That's kind of funny.
Yep. All right. Anything else on this one?
Not really. I mean, I wasn't completely thrilled. I was trying to remember if the Bettys, if these characters were recurring. You know,
They make cameos, I
yeah,
believe, after this. They don't really like this is their like introduction, like character introduction for the series, but I think after this it's just cameo. Like they're not like Love Handle. They're not gonna show up,
insane. Yeah,
in various
right.
things. Like think of and I hate to say this, but think of the elevator music. That's essentially what they
Oh, yeah, because I like that they introduce new characters that become part of the background. It's part
Right.
part of the mythos. They show up, they say hi. They don't they're not going to pop into an episode and never show up again. And
Right.
here I think they popped up in the episode and never showed up again, which is on the one hand, kind of sucky because they have an entire episode devoted to them.
Right.
But on the other hand, it's like, man, they're just kind of mean girls.
Okay, so looking at their appearances, debut is ready for the Bettys. They are pictured in Let's Take a Quiz. They have one, I think Ready for the Bettys is one of the musical Cliptastic Countdown songs.
Yeah.
They're pictured in Christmas Vacation, and they are in the Summer Vacation Summarizer. So.
Oh, that's a clip show. That doesn't
Yeah.
count. Yeah. All right.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like it's
Yeah.
essentially just cameos or references. It's not.
So like it's not
This is
like
just one
not
thing.
like at the end of the Second Dimension movie where Love Handle actually shows up and pilots the mech.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's Love Handle. I mean, they brought their parents together. I mean, Love Handle is.
It's Bowling for Soup. You have to include them. They sing the songs.
Well, I mean, they actually do include the whole of Bowling for Soup in Quantum Boogaloo. So
Right.
Bowling for Soup, that's before their time.
It's before their time.
What was I going to say?
I mean, it totally could have, because I want to say the Betties is basically Bowling for Soup with Vanessa is singing, right?
Yeah, pretty much. All right, folks, we are going to go fry some fishmongers after this.
That, ladies and gents, is how I defeated the wild tigers in the Amazon.
Awesome story, Grandpa Reg.
Well, I'm sure you're going to hear plenty more fantastical stories during Gran and Gramps' visit.
You know, hon, I was thinking we could all head to the mall.
What a splendid idea. I'd love to treat Candace to some new clothes.
I'll be in the car.
Hey, Mom, could we just stay home and hear some more of Grandpa's cool stories?
Sounds good to me.
Wonderful. We'll see you boys later.
My boy, what's this behind your ear? It's me scrapbook.
How'd you do that?
It's just a little bit of How's Your Father. I may seem like a balmy old git now, but when I wasn't so long in the tooth, I had some grand larks and engaged in a fair amount of daring do.
Translate?
When he was younger, he did a bunch of stuff.
Here I am as a young lad. I made my living working at the family fish and chip shop. But I was destined for bigger things. I was known as the great Flying Fishmonger. Here's my first jump over my dear mum's tea society. Me jumping a whale, a ton of crumpets, the Queen Mum. But there was one jump that haunts me to this day. McGregor's Gorge of Doom. People turned out by the thousands to witness me and my trusty motorbike, the Holy Mackerel, make our biggest jump yet. The event was so massive, I hired a local band to write me a theme song. Well, it wasn't exactly a toe tapper. Then all of a sudden it started to rain.
The Flying Fishmonger. Phineas and Ferb help their grandfather relive his glory days as a daredevil. Meanwhile, Dr. Doofenshmirtz seeks revenge against a childhood bully that always kicked sand on him.
Kicked sand, yeah. Speaking of British words that we don't really know what they mean, what's a monger?
I don't know.
It's a flying fish something. I asked Chrissy, what's the title of this episode? She said, it's Flying Fish something. I don't know what that is. And I'm like,
Fishmonger.
I gotta back up. And see what it is. So, yeah, Flying Fishmonger. And the kids are like, what are you doing? Because I'm rewinding, you know. Like, settle down. I gotta read the damn word. It's monger.
This is my house. I'm in control of the remote. When you get 18, you can have control of the remote.
That's right. And the sad thing is, we've all got iPads and we've all got remote controls on the iPad. Any one of us can, change the channel. It's just, they know I'll get up and beat them if they do.
You'll beat them with a flying fishmonger.
That's right, the fishmonger. Behold, the holy mackerel. Wham, wham, wham.
Oh, the holy mackerel.
The holy mackerel was a motorcycle that was turned into a lamp.
Yeah.
It's fragile. It's like an award.
Yeah.
Fragile.
Fragile. It must be Italian.
I really wish they would have somehow turned it into a giant leg lamp.
What? They turned it into a lamp,
The first thing you think about when you say fragile, you think of A Christmas Story. Come on.
That's what I said. It's like an award.
Yep.
Okay. Because I'm from next door to Hammond, which is the town that book comes from. Anyway, moving right along. McGregor's Gorge. McGregor's Gorge is in the backyard. I can't do it justice, but I didn't realize that their grandpa. Well, was it Grandpa Flynn or Grandpa Fletcher? It's Grandpa Flynn.
This is Ferb's. This is Florence's parents. So it's Fletcher.
Fletcher? Okay, yeah. So Grandpa Fletcher, I didn't realize, was Scottish? I thought they were British. Or, from Britain as opposed to Scotland, but his theme song is played on the bagpipes
Mm-hmm.
and is such it's like a funeral dirge that inspires rain.
Yeah.
It's his anthem. Um, oh, I'm getting ahead of myself. It's because he's Evil Knievel.
Yeah.
He's the Scottish Evil Knievel,
Yep.
which, honestly, I'm sure somewhere there's a reference besides Evil Knievel and Scottish. I'm not sure if that's a great A story. It's not my favorite A story. I want to go on record saying I don't like it. And yeah, okay, they build a gorge and they jump over the gorge. No, they jump into the gorge and then around the gorge and then somehow parallel to the gorge and then they jump back
Mm-hmm.
on a jet ski?
Yeah.
Something. I couldn't follow it. I don't know. Not my favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I like it. I thought it was fun. I thought it was interesting seeing the you know,
Yeah.
seeing the grandparents from England and all that stuff, and just thought that was really really cool.
I like it better when they're in England.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, they go to England and they'll do the castle thing, or they do English things. And here it's like, okay, they're not in England, and they just kind of tossed the grandparents in for, I don't know, for shits and giggles.
Yeah.
I mean, lately they've been using the other grandparents, but
Yeah,
because
they've been using the Flynns, yeah.
yeah, but I guess they're not camping, so they can't. I don't know. I'm just, yeah. I'm just aggravated because I didn't like the A story. But sadly, I didn't like the B story either.
Yeah, Doofenshmirtz wanting to get revenge on the bully from it.
Big Black Boots Boris the Bully backstory.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's Big Black Boots the Bully Boris backstory B story.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, it was just bad. Okay, it's a bad Big Black Boots Boris the Bully backstory B story.
Okay, stop. You're gonna make your head explode.
I'm dizzy.
Yeah, you're gonna make your head explode.
Yeah.
What I liked about this one was
You liked something?
well, I like some of the stuff in it, like the holy mackerel. My grandfather used to say holy mackerel all the time. He was a fisherman, so
Oh, okay.
yeah. So the rain everywhere because the theme song reminds me of the Animaniacs episode with the song Anviladia, where it puts everyone to sleep.
Yeah.
So that's pretty awesome. Grandpa Reg listing his ailments. and the corresponding sound effects to the ailments.
Exactly. I'm like, I've got that, and I've got that, and I've got that. It's terrible.
Yeah. Carl's close up is scary.
Eyebrows.
Yeah.
Helter Skelter. Helter Skelter.
Yeah. So Doofenshmirtz lists all the things that Boris kicked sand at him during.
Yeah.
And one of them was balancing the checkbook. Like, seriously.
Yeah, like I said, I was not I just wasn't impressed with this one. And usually if they have a not so great episode, one that I would arguably give a 1 to, because honestly, what did they do? They dug a hole and they jumped into it.
Yeah.
Normally they would pair this up with a better episode or not, I should say a better half of an episode for their half hour. But yeah, I don't know. Ready for the Betties? Maybe a 3. This one's arguably a 1, 1.5. It just didn't do it for me.
Yeah. Did we even give the ratings for Ready for the Betties?
I don't believe so.
Okay, so I gave Ready for the Betties 2.5. What about you?
Maybe a 3. 2.5,
Yeah.
3. I might go all in on that one.
Yeah, I'm probably just gonna give Fishmonger a 2. I know you said you're gonna give it a 1. I mean, I liked a lot, like the whole thing with the grandfather. I thought that was great. The whole thing at the end where he says all this stuff and Phineas looks at Ferb for the translation. He's like, I have no idea.
He says, translation? He did a lot of stuff when he was younger. Like, oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it's these aren't like Ready for the Betties. I probably won't go back and watch, but this one every now and then I might. It's not one of my go-to episodes, but it's not like god awful.
Oh.
I don't think to this point we've ever given a 0. I mean, we've given 1s,
No.
but I don't remember us doing zeros yet.
I don't think there are any god awful episodes at all. I mean,
Yeah.
there's nothing that I'd be like, I'm not ever gonna watch this ever again. It's like, oh, that storyboard artist should be shot.
You better be careful saying that kind of stuff. I don't edit that out, so if she listens to this, you're gonna deep doo-doo.
Did I not mention in the earlier that she's a friend of the show and we like her a lot? I'm just playing. I mean,
yeah.
But yeah, no, I was Ready for the Betties. This is the same day. Yeah. So no, I mean, Aliki, we love you and we'd like to talk to you again sometime.
Yes. All right, folks. Well, Michael is
backpedaling furiously.
Bending over and puckering up. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back to close the show after this.
And here to play the Fishmonger's anthem are Isabella and the Fireside Girls. Hit it!
He's a fishmonger, and he flies.
Well, me boy, looks like I'll never get to fulfill my dream.
Hey guys, you can stop playing. Wait a second. Start again. Stop. Start. Grandpa, the song is so dreary it's causing it to rain. What if we pep it up a bit?
Pep away, me boy.
Hey, Isabella, crank it up a notch.
Okie dokie. Ready, girls?
Holy, holy mackerel, holy, holy mackerel, holy, holy mackerel, holy, holy mackerel.
He's bald on top, he's got an artificial hip. He's gonna take a hop, he's gonna take a trip. He's weak in the knees and he can't find his keys. But put your hands together cause he's here to please. He's a flying fishmonger.
Flying fishmonger.
He's a flying fishmonger. He's a flying fishmonger with nerves of steel. He's got an old blender motor and a pair of wheels.
Extra, extra. Fishmonger and kids done McGregor's Gorge. Extra, extra. Fishmonger and kids plummet to the doom.
Maybe we should have let it rain.
Don't worry, Grandpa. We've got a backup plan. Ferb?
Me Grimlock, not podcaster. Me Grimlock King.
Since 2011, we have been taking you beyond. That's right. Tooncast Beyond has covered many cartoon series and films in our 4 years online. Now we take you even further as we reformat the podcast by covering any and all cartoon series by season. And we also have our animated film reviews. So join TFG and Mike and the rest of the GCRN crew as we give you a different cartoon review every Wednesday on iTunes, Stitcher Smart Radio, Blog Talk Radio, and of course, GeekCastRadio.com. We are beyond good, beyond evil, beyond your wildest imagination.
Do you like retro cartoons? Then Saturday Morning Rewind is the podcast for you. Join them each month as they talk about classic cartoons and interview legendary voice actors like Jim Cummings.
I am the terror that flaps in the night.
Corey Burton.
Sometimes toys can be so flighty.
Rob Paulson.
Sure, Blaine, but how are we going to find chaps our size?
Nancy Cartwright and many more.
Eat my shorts.
So grab a bowl of Lucky Charms.
They're magically delicious.
Put on your hammer pants. Go to SaturdayMorningRewind.com. and be prepared to feel like a kid again. Once again, that's SaturdayMorningRewind.com. Saturday Morning Rewind was voted best podcast ever by its host, Tim Nidell. So it's gotta be good.
All right, we are back here on Podcast Organization without a cool acronym. This is day 15. And you, more so than me, were pretty let down with these two cartoons today, weren't you?
Like I said, they were not up to par, and it was odd that they would pair them together.
Yeah. Like I said, I like the Flying Fishmonger. I thought it was cool seeing adventures. I know you said you like seeing them over in England, and that's great and all that and everything else, but I like seeing the grandparents come to the actual house and all that and whatever else. With Ready for the Betties, I like Flying Fishmonger more than I like Ready for the Betties.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, at least the Betties introduced new characters.
That's true.
It's a shame they weren't used more later on.
I looked at the wiki. I'm not looking at it now, but I did look at the wiki, and it does say on there the Ready for the Betties episode, and any time the Betties were in the show, the Ready for the Betties episode only aired like once.
Yeah.
They don't air that. They weren't airing that anymore because apparently a real-life New York band named the Betties was going to sue them or something or other.
Well, that makes sense. Sure.
So, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. I just get too much of a Spice Girls vibe off the Betties when they're being a bunch of bitches. In the beginning of their episode, I just, because unlike you, sadly, and this is a while ago, this wasn't recent, but unlike you, in the past, when the Spice Girls were popular, I sadly did see Spice World.
Really?
One of the worst.
You paid money to see this. That's kind of funny.
No. I was theater hopping.
Oh.
Yeah.
You criminal.
Hey.
He's a smooth criminal.
I paid the money. I just wanted unlimited movies.
I paid money once and I saw 8 movies.
That's right.
I was there all day.
The good old days. That's right. Hell. 2002. Was it 2002?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Was it?
It had to be. Yeah, 2002. I paid to see Spider-Man once.
Okay.
And saw it 6 times the whole day. Stayed there the whole day. Watched the same damn movie 5 other times besides the first time I paid for it. Anyway, thank you for joining us here on Palca. There are some ways to get in contact with us. Leave feedback for the show. Visit the website, geekcastradio.com. You can comment on this and all of other episode posts. Please, folks, comment on these episodes. We are putting a lot of hard work and love into this show. Like I've said before, it is a daily podcast. It is the first daily podcast that the GCRN has ever done. So please interact with us. We will comment back to you with your opinions. Let us know how you think, what you think about the show, all that stuff on the website. Leave us feedback in iTunes. Please do this. Follow us on Twitter. Mine is TFG and Mike. You can follow at Geekcast Radio for all the other network updates. What is your Twitter?
I'm at PECANCT Michael.
Become a fan on Facebook. Go to facebook.com/Geekcast Radio Network. Call the voicemail line. Tell us the show you're leaving the message for and your name. 502-526-5821. There is a 5-minute time limit. We hope you enjoyed this episode of Palca and wish you'll join us next time when we will be giving you our thoughts on another 2-parter, Phineas and Ferb Get Busted, Parts 1 and 2. Dun, dun, dun. For now, I am TFG and Mike with
Michael Wilson.
Thank you for listening. Until next time.
What else did you do today?
Well, these 2 roister-doisters wheeled out me old iron, built a cracking match for McGregor's Gorge, and helped this daft old git have one last knees up.
I have absolutely no idea.